I might have made the dumbest decision of my life, or possibly one of the best. We'll have to wait and see. My name's Andrew, this is Qualified in Noise and Mess, and you are very welcome. If it's your first time on the channel, then I hope I'll earn your subscription. Right then. I live there with my lovely wife and two amazing grown-up children. Anyway, this is what's known as a 3-bed semi-detached. In reality, it's 2.5 bedrooms, and we filled it. It's for 4 adults. It doesn't work. Right. This was my father-in-law's house from 1969 until he passed away in August 2023. It's a 3-ish bed detached bungalow built in the 1950s and kind of sort of not sort of updated. Right. It is now the beginning of July 2025, and we have spent a fair amount of time clearing the house, selling off things, passing things on to other people, and we had the property up for sale, but it didn't sell. Everybody who came and looked at it said, yeah, it's nice, but it needs a lot of work and it's more than we want to do, blah, blah, blah. Nobody bought it. So that left us with a problem. And the problem is what to do with it. So the estate agents, quite correctly, suggested that we drop the price. And they suggested about 6%. You don't need to know the numbers. Fine, okay, that's a good thing to do. But you would have a slightly cheaper property with still the same problems. And I'll talk about the problems in a little bit. So this is the front lounge, decorated in a style with a fantastically patterned carpet. In reality, it looks quite a bit darker than it does on screen, but it's probably the best quality that you could buy at the time. Now, we rationalised that for somebody to want to buy the house and take on the problems, we'd have to drop the price dramatically. And that's something we kind of really didn't want to do for quite a number of reasons. Or we could remedy the issues ourselves and then sell the house on. But effectively, one way or another, we would be paying somebody to take on the problems. And nice big garden, slimy pond. And that really didn't sit well with myself, my wife, her brother, who is also an executor to father-in-law's estate. And so that was causing us a lot of brain time, shall we say. And what to do about it? Well, shower room actually. So we, after a lot of discussions and a lot of thinking, we concluded that what we were going to do was to take on the house ourselves, do all the work that not only needs doing, but would be desirable to do, and then create a house that is suitable for modern family living. And this isn't. This area that we're in now is known as the Snug. This little lounge used to be separated by a wall here, a timber wall with the door in. This used to be the kitchen, which is now a kind of dining area, and this little kitchenette. So you've got cooker, sink, and that's it, was the walk-in pantry or larder. and at some point or other, and I can't remember when, it got amalgamated. I say 3-ish bedrooms. So main bedroom you've seen there, the dining room which we've just been in was a bedroom, was a dining room, a bedroom again, and then a dining room, and then everything. So that's 2 possibly, and the third-ish bedroom are upstairs. Oh, blimey, it's not been a hot day today, but it's blooming melting up here. Oof. Right, so this was, until we got married, my wife's bedroom. And it's the dormer at the front of the house. And it looks reasonably big. It's 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 meters wide. No, 4 meters. Yeah, 4 meters wide and 1, 2, 3-ish deep. So, but not very high. And then this tiny little pokey box at the back was my brother-in-law's bedroom. And it's barely 6'6" by 6 foot. But it's got a marvellous view. And greenhouse in the summer, refrigerator in the winter. Right, so what we're going to do is make it just work. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail. We've employed an architect, and he's drawn up some plans based on our briefing, and they've now been submitted to the local government or local authorities for approval. And in the UK, it's a 2-stage process. The first part of it, for what we're doing, is known as planning permission. So basically, it's permission for the what. What are we going to do? The second part of it is known as building regulations approval, or building regs, and that's the how. So there's a slight bend on that, because in the UK there is known as there's what's known as permitted development, and it's things that you can do to your house that do not require planning permission. For example, you can build an extension out back, and you can do that 4 meters, 13 foot from the main building line, and you don't need planning permission to do that. There are certain constraints about how close it can get to a boundary, and I won't go into it. You can increase the size of a dormer bedroom, or you can build one up to 50 cubic meters measured externally. Our architect said that, okay, most of what you're doing falls within permitted development, and it could all be made to fall within permitted development. But if you went and applied for planning permission, it's another step in the process, then it gives you more scope to do the things that you want to do. Okay, so that's the what. Building regs is the how, and that controls the technical aspect of the project. So, for example, it controls where the drains can go in relation to the property. It controls what sort of timber you can use for roofing and the thickness of it in relation to how much space it's spanning, and insulation, and so on and so on. It's massively detailed, and this is where you really need the architect to tell you what you've got to do, the rules that you've got to abide by. So once we've got planning, then we have a project, and it's going to be a massive project for me because, sit down, I'll be doing most of it myself. I have form in this area. I'll be bringing in trades to do the things that either I can't do legally, like gas boiler and fire plumbing, or moving the electric supply and things like that, or things that I'm not sufficiently skilled in, like brickwork. I built the brickwork, did the brickwork for this conservatory. I would describe it as adequate. Is it skilled? No. Am I happy with it? No, I'm not. But that's just my nature. I always want to be better. I'll be bringing in a plasterer because my shoulder is wrecked. But things like managing the project and structural timber work and tiling and excavation and wet side plumbing and doing all the grunt work for the electrics. Yeah, I'll be doing all that. So I'll be doing probably 80% of the work myself. And in theory, it's going to take a year, maybe, and cost probably far more than I've budgeted, which scares the pants off me, quite honestly. I have already started spending money like water. And the cost of things is just scary now. Now, for this project, I'm going to try and document it as it happens as a sort of blog. This isn't a French chateau or convent. It's not a farmhouse on a hill in Spain. It is not a 300-year-old building in Cornwall or anything like that. It is a not really very special bungalow in a provincial town in the northwest of England. I say not very special, it's special to us. This was my father-in-law's home. This was my wife's home until she got married. And it's special to us. And we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work in 2025 or for family living in 2025. So if you're contemplating something like this, whether it's on a smaller scale or even a bigger scale, and you're not sure where to start or what happens as you go through the process, stick with me because I'll try and explain it all. There's a lot that's happened already, and we'll catch up on that as we go. But if you've got this far, thank you so much. I'm very grateful. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Not that I've really told you anything so far. Or if not, just tell me where you're from, because I'd be interested to know. So there we are. Problems that we need to address, I'll talk about in the next video, which will probably be in a week. I'll try and do one a week if I can. So yeah, thank you for watching. Interested to know your thoughts. Do share. If you want to subscribe, I'd be hugely grateful. Oh, I'm going to say it, and I hate the phrase, join us on our journey. Yeah, just hang out, come along, enjoy me getting dirty and hurt and, well, not hurt so much, but tired and grumpy, and yeah, hopefully we'll achieve something. We'll achieve something really worthwhile and meet some wonderful people along the way, have a laugh, do some good work. And if we can come out the other end smiling, then it'll all be worthwhile. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.